Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. So I just did the video, the cleanup video on QuickTime, and I'm going to show you what I did. If you've never seen one of these before, you should go back and look. I've done a lot of Audacity cleanup work, and basically what I do is I recorded tracks. I come out of the computer. I come out of the Zoom into the computer, and once I get into the computer, I'll do a little high-pass filter. That's pretty much it. Silence any weird noises that shouldn't be there. Fade outs, that kind of thing, but I don't do much else. I used to do a little noise reduction, but that started sounding like it was altering the signal and not really taking the noise away. It's like I don't need, it's already loud and noisy as it is. I don't mind noise. I just don't want stupid sounds that don't make sense and that distract the listener, make the song sound, lame. Alright, so then I go back in and mix and master from there. Man, the finish on this neck is worn down in a way that it's like almost like a matte finish now. It feels really natural to the hand. Alright, so let's see here. Here's the movie I made. I connected to the computer using the proprietary cable. You hit USB and go to reader. Once that happens, hard drive shows up for the Zoom or the SD. You open up the audio, and I dragged 10 right to Audacity. I knew it was 10 because the last two tracks would be the last ones I did, so I knew it was, I didn't have to even check. Alright, so real quick, all I do here is hit Command A if you're in Audacity, and I went down to high pass filter, and I think I set it for 40. And you could take it all the way up to 100 and take it all down, but I just wanted to leave some of the low stuff in there. Hopefully it won't be too noisy. Okay, so then all I do is export it and just save it as a bass guitar wave in let's see, on the desktop. That's what I did with it. All right, so then that's gone, and you don't need to save this as a file, because you don't need it. You just need the export. So then and that ends up coming up on the desktop. Now I'm going to drag 11, the next one, over, and that's the outro bass. I did a little silencing here just because I could see that there was some noise there that had been recorded. And so you go to generate. I didn't do this correctly. You go over to generate and hit silence. You can also hit I think it's Command L or Option. Yeah, Command L does the same thing, and you don't have to go through that whole okaying process. So now same thing, high pass, leave it at 40, same idea, and it looks like it does a lot, but you don't really hear a big difference. Just kind of cleans it up, gives it a little rounder edge, and less like you don't have any of the nasties in there that you may not even be able to hear but start to accumulate in the course of a recording. Okay, so same thing, export as a wave. It's going to be on the desktop. I'm going to rename it Bass Outro, I think. Yeah, Bass Outro. And save that. Don't need to save it as a file, just export, save. Now we're going to drag the two files back in, and those are going to replace on the track our original, and you keep those originals, so if you ever want to go back, you can go back to the originals as opposed to manipulating tracks that have already been dealt with. Okay, I can tell the camera's about to die. So let me I'm hoping this, yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the video. Now you just drag it out and just eject. And that's how I do it. Once you get it back in here, we assign tracks. So let me go change the battery. I'll assign tracks, and then we'll get a quick playback and see if we can hear any difference on the bass. Okay, new battery in. Now we're going to assign tracks. Alright, so I'm going to hit track, and remember mono 10 and mono 11 were our replacements that we needed to take. So I'm going to swap this mono 11 from 1 to 7. 1 to 7, moved it over there. And I really didn't need to do that, except that I wanted to make track 1, oh shoot, okay, I'm going to not do that. I'm going to take that off. So we're going to swap 1 and 7, put it back, and I will put, let's see, where am I going to put this? I'll just assign these where they are right now, and I can move them around when I get home. Alright, so track 1 will now be bass guitar. And number 6, I will make bass outro. When I get home later, like as the next track I do, I'm going to get rid of that 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need it anymore. Will I need that anymore? No, I won't need that 1, 2, 3, 4 anymore, so I can get rid of that. And I'll set the top row. I usually put like the vocals here, the guitars here, the bass, and then start the second row. The third row is always the 8 drums, the 4 drums I record that are doubled. So that takes up the whole back row, 17 through 24. All right, so now let's just play it back and see if we hear any difference in the bass. I'll get a quick like working mix, and then we'll just see what happens. Oops, turn this off because I thought I was done with it. 1, 2, 3. I should have done this in mastering mode. It'll sound better. Okay, so we're going to go to Effect. That was in bass mode. That's probably sounding really thick all the way around. Mastering. Let me go to Edit and just take everything to like 5. It gets too bassy. They got it on 10. 5, 2, 2. And we can play with it as it goes. All right, so I'll run it. I'm going to take that master way down or blow our heads off, blow our ears out. Blow our heads off. sounds okay. Like the bass doesn't sound wrong. And you could see as I was mastering that, I set it in mastering mode, and I just continued to kind of set levels and mess with the EQ that's in there until I got it to where it was. I don't know if you could hear the improvement, but I thought it started sounding better and better and better the more I played with that, which gives you a little glimpse into the mastering capabilities of the unit, which I think is what makes it deliver as a unit. After you've done your recording, it kind of really makes a nice finish for you as far as the mastering goes, because without that, it just sort of sounds flat, like demo-ish. Sounds like my old tape machine recordings where everything just sort of sounded, you know, didn't have that extra little thing at the end, a little extra high-end gloss. All right, next time.